said that. I had it written staring right at me. All right. Please welcome Amy Roller, who will give the invocation.
Good morning,
and
everyone.
She's unmute.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you're doing, actually, good afternoon. It's already afternoon. That's how fast Monday mornings go by. I have been listening to Brene Brown's podcast during COVID. That's one of my practices that I started. And so I'm going to share something from her as the invocation this morning. And this is called Manifesto of the Brave and Brokenhearted. There is no greater threat to the critics and cynics and fearmongers than those of us who are willing to fall because we have learned how to rise. With skinned knees and bruised hearts, we choose owning our stories of struggle over hiding, over hustling, over pretending. And when we deny our stories, they define us. When we run from struggle, we are never free. So we turn toward truth and look it in the eye. We will not be characters in our stories, not villains, not victims, not even heroes. We are the authors of our lives. We write our own daring endings. We craft love from heartbreak, compassion from shame, grace from disappointment, courage from failure. Showing up is our power. Story is our way home. Truth is our song. We are the brave and brokenhearted. We are rising strong. Amen.
Thank you, Amy. That's lovely. All right. Visiting Rotarians and guests, I see that Paulette Klein has joined us again. Welcome, Paulette. And I know our guest is here today. And you can unmute yourself if there are any other guests or visiting Rotarians. All right, not hearing any, we'll move on to announcements. I want to give the committee chairs a chance to say something if they'd like to. Diana Meckley, I know your literacy committee is very active. If you wanted to say something, go ahead.
Yes, I'm happy to report that our first book is live this morning at 10 a.m. and will be available to everyone at the Jamestown Public High School Facebook page. And I have a link to my recording, and I'll be sending that out to the Literacy Committee. And Joni, of course, you'll get that. And it'll be fun. It'll really be fun seeing all of our Literacy Committee members reading books. It was a lot of fun. So thank you.
Wonderful.
Send me the link for the newsletter.
Said Sue to Diana. Last week, oh, wait a minute. Are there any other chairpersons who'd like to say something about their committee?
I just want to let everybody know that Anna will be leaving next Wednesday, flying out of Buffalo at 8 a.m.
Okay. All right.
Are we going to do any kind of a drive-by or send-off?
I don't think we're going to do a drive-by. I think that the Youth Exchange Committee may have a get-together, but I'm not hosting it, so I can't speak to how she's going to do that because I think it's going to be, you know, socially distanced or all of that. I will say that if you want to get in touch with Anna and you don't know her number or anything, let me know. And I think her cell phone might be disconnected, but I have her email and I have her WhatsApp. And so if you just reach out to me and I'd be happy to connect you.
Okay, wonderful. Anyone else have anything they'd like to announce?
I wanted to let
Courtney
everybody know. Whoops, Joni, I wanted to let everybody know that there's a memorial service for Misty Johnson scheduled. If anyone would like to attend, it's going to be September 26th. It's going to be at the Frewsburg Legion from 2 to 5.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Courtney Curtello is taking over the vocational committee. Thank you very much, Courtney. Goodell usually keeps track of all of you, as you know, as our secretary. And last week, she was not able to attend because of work needs. So she sent out an email about attendance. So I hope all of you wrote back and said, yep, I was there. And you told the truth. So whenever she's not at a meeting, we have to do that for her, just so you know. And the big announcement that I have is the online survey, SurveyMonkey survey, will be going to your inbox today at 1:15. It's 5 simple questions. And if you answer yes to the first one, you pretty much have to answer the second one and you're done. Which says, yes, I want to get back together again. If you answer no, there's a few more questions to ask. So it should be real easy. If you are comfortable being online doing the survey, I perfectly understand that. Just give me a phone call. My number is right in the email, and we can take your information then. And I ask once again, is there anyone else who has an announcement to the club? Go ahead and unmute yourself and put it out there.
Oh, yep. Hang on.
Okay.
I have something because I'm bored to death. I actually read the Gazette today because it's sent to my home. And in there was a nice article about the Faulkner Electronics getting an award from Buffalo Business First. And they mentioned having some significant help from the Courtney's Jamestown Business Help thing. So that was really great. And then another nice article to read was about the National Comedy Center on how well their whole plan on distancing and cleaning and hygiene has worked in their comedy center. So definitely a great issue to read. I haven't finished it yet, but those 2 things really popped into my head. And so congratulations, Courtney, for helping that little business.
Wonderful, wonderful. I also saw that our Denise Jones, a member and the executive director of the Resource Center, it was named number 22 of 150, I believe, of the businesswomen in the area from Buffalo Business First magazine. That's a huge, she gets it every year, I have to tell you. But I think she's moving up the ranks. So congratulations there. It's a big, big achievement. All right, let's move on. I'd like to welcome Sue Jones, who's going to recognize the August birthdays.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control and I can't stand it. It's August. Almost the end of summer. And we're going to celebrate 8 birthdays today. And the first one is Amy Roller, who I know nothing about because she hasn't filled in her page. I do know that her birthday is August 5th. So Amy, and I do personally know that you are executive director of the United Way of Southern Chautauqua County, but I don't know where you went to school, et cetera, et cetera. So I sure would appreciate it if you'd fill in your page.
I am so sorry. I will do that right now. And thank you for the birthday greetings.
It really makes it hard for me if you don't fill in your page.
I thought you did everything, Sue, and I just didn't need to.
No. I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
Amy, why don't you tell us about where you went to school and where you're from?
I have a bachelor's in English from Seattle Pacific University, a master's in religion from Yale Divinity School, and a master's in divinity from North Park Theological.
Yay, North Park!
And I'm from Roseburg. I was born in Corvallis, Oregon, but I grew up in Roseburg, Oregon.
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. And your sponsor was none other than Sharon Hamilton.
That is correct.
Wonderful. Okay, next, David Troxel. Your birthday is August 5th. Now you can help me because I have your school, but I don't have a whole bunch of information. I know you went to Valparaiso University for your bachelor's, and I know that you went to the University of California at Sonoma, and your master's degree there, and then your doctorate, PhD at Tokyo Institute of Language Arts. And I believe you were a teacher of English to Japanese medical students. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
Good, I got it right. And your sponsor was Ron Papalardo. Happy
Yes.
birthday in the
Thank
next
you.
few days.
Thank you.
Dick Johnson. Dick's birthday is August 18th. And that's a wonderful day because that's the birthday of my sister. And he is the owner and proprietor of Software Solutions. He went to Cal State University in Long Beach, California. He was past president in 1994, 1995, and his sponsor was Joe Millam. He also is a Paul Harris Fellow ×2. And Kirk Young, Dr. Kirk Young, his birthday is August 19th. He is vice president of Jamestown Community College. He went to Snow College, Utah Valley University, Brigham Young University, and the famous Gonzaga University. I only know that because of basketball. He was sponsored into Rotary by Randy Sweeney. Happy birthday, Kirk, in the future. Justin Hamp, and I am instructed to call him Noggin. He is listed here as the executive director of the Chautauqua County Education Coalition. He attended Alfred University. His birthday is August 25th, and his sponsor is Kevin Sixby. Many of you may not know that his mom is Cindy Aronson. Happy birthday, Justin. And Russ Webb, our illustrious treasurer, his birthday is August 25th. He is the branch manager at Community Bank in Lakewood. He attended SUNY Fredonia and JCC. His sponsor was Vicki McGraw, and he's doing a fantastic job as treasurer. And Marion Beckrink, her birthday's August 28th. She's the Director of Development for the Robert Jackson Center. She attended Dickinson College for her bachelor's, Cleveland State University for her master's, and Marshall College of Law for her Juris Doctorate. Her sponsor was Tori Ergang, and happy birthday coming up to Marion. And last but not least is Dan Overcash, whose birthday is August 29th. He's the chairman and CEO of Bodell, Overcash, Anderson and Company. He attended Muhlenberg College. He is a past president of our illustrious club. He was nominated for membership or sponsored for membership by Joe Cusimano, a dear old friend. He was past president 81, 82, and he's the proud owner of 5 Paul Harris Fellow Awards. Now, what I'm so excited about, maybe some of you have seen, and maybe some of you have not, but Rotary has added a new area of focus, supporting the environment. After a unanimous vote by the Rotary Foundation trustees and the board of directors, Rotary has long supported activities that sustain the environment, and in the past 5 years, we've allocated $18 million to such projects through global grants. Adding the environment as a cause formalizes our long-term community-based efforts and will give Rotary members more ways to increase our global impact and expand our reach. Did you know that more than 400,000 people and 35,000 clubs contributed to our annual fund in 2018-2019? Every one of these vital donations adds up to make a bigger impact through our share system, in which contributions are invested for 3 years and then split between the World Fund and the district designated fund. And the district designated funds we are eligible for as a club to apply for and get back. These donations help Rotary clubs promote peace, fight disease, provide clean water and sanitation, save mothers and children, support education, and grow local economies.
So these gifts make a difference both close to home and around the globe. And I would like it if you would help me sing to our August octets. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, August octets. Happy birthday to you. And the winner of our free lunch is Justin Hampt, otherwise known as Noggin.
Thank you, Sue. That was very interesting.
Good job.
All right, happy bucks. Anybody happy about anything? Unmute yourself and step forward. Come on. Somebody's got to be happy about something.
You're getting your cast off.
Oh, yeah, I'll take it.
Woohoo! We got one! We got one!
On Wednesday, I voyaged to Buffalo and I see the surgeon who put that long scar on my leg, and they are going to remove the hard cast. And so I will miss it like
the plague.
Yeah, like the plague, or I was going to say like a root canal. So I'll be happy to see my leg again.
That's wonderful. Anyone else?
Zoom
Yeah, I
with
got
my
one.
great-granddaughter.
Okay, David.
Ruth, are you done? Okay. Oh, I got a tree. My wife Marissa bought me a tree for my birthday. Which and also she also paid someone to plant it. So that was really good.
Oh,
I'm happy
even
about
better.
it. Give a buck for that. All right.
What kind?
Anyone else?
What kind?
A multi-trunked heritage birch tree.
Wow.
You can come see it. It's in my side yard. It's on the Todd Street side of my house.
Okay. Anyone else have a?
I didn't hear, did Ruth have a happy buck?
Yes, I did. I got to do FaceTime with my great-granddaughter on Saturday.
You're not old enough to have a great-granddaughter. She didn't hear that.
All right. And we're not going to debate that, are we?
I have one happy buck for being allowed to read clack, 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 click, clack, moo, cows that type at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh.
Well, good for you. Thank you so
that?
much for doing that.
I know.
Let us know how it goes.
That's it.
All right. I'd like to, if there's no, are there any more happy bucks?
Diana, what did you read? Nope.
She's talking.
Unmute yourself.
I read Flora's Tree House.
Woo!
It was adorable. And Tori Ergang already watched me. She said I did
So it might be okay.
I don't know if I'm the demographic that they're really targeting with these early reading interventions, but I'm learning.
Well, that's great. Wonderful work, everybody. All right, we're going to move on to our presentation. Sharon Hamilton will introduce our speaker, Christina Cardinelli, sorry. Go ahead, Sharon.
Okay, I think I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Welcome, Christina. Christina is a lifelong Chautauqua County resident and currently lives in downtown Jamestown. She currently operates as an independent sales and marketing consultant, helping local businesses with budgeting, spending, and advertising. She previously worked at DoubleTree by Hilton as the sales and marketing manager and Olive Garden in Lakewood as the sales and marketing trainer. Christina has extended her sales and marketing experience to local politics, providing marketing, advertising, and campaign management for local candidates, including Mayor Eddie Sundquist. Christina has a passion for helping those around her through charitable work. During her college years, she organized a group known as the Social Activism Club. She was responsible for charity fundraisers and local food bank donations. She also works as a volunteer with local animal shelters. Christina is a champion for the working class and an advocate for diverse communities. This is her first run for New York State Senate District number 150. And I welcome Christina.
Thank you so much. Everyone can hear me okay?
Yes.
I apologize. I don't mean to correct anything, but my run is for State Assembly District 150, just so everyone doesn't mark me down for Senate instead of State Assembly. But thank you so much for the introduction. I went through the list, and actually there are quite a few people on this call that I know, so it's lovely to see all of you. I believe I saw Miss Kathy Benson, and I haven't seen her for quite some time. Miss Becky Robbins, so that's wonderful. It's great to see all of you. And if you do know Chris Cardinelli, that is my dad. He worked for the BPU for 30 years. He just retired a couple years ago, so that is the connection there, because I know that he is very familiar with probably quite a few of you. So thank you. Like I said, thank you so much for having me. I will get right into it. I am a working class individual. From my bio that she read, I ended up in the restaurant industry for, I believe it was 13 years that I was there total. And throughout the restaurant industry, I got a lot of exposure, and I was able to do sales and marketing training. And being in the restaurant industry is what allowed me to branch off on my own. And I believe it was 2015 to really start my own business and go into the sales and marketing world that I currently operate in now. But I absolutely understand that not a lot of people get that opportunity. Not a lot of people can throw their hands in the air, start my own business and be successful. I was very, very fortunate, and I was very lucky to have so many supportive people around me. So when I think of that, and I think of Chautauqua County and the working class, and sometimes not everyone has the opportunity that they deserve, I truly do want to run to make a difference, to help those who would like to have an opportunity or to get out from the restaurant industry if they'd like to do more, because I was there. I probably waited at Olive Garden at some point if I was there for 5 years. So I do understand the plight of working Americans and not having health insurance and not having benefits. They would clock me out at every restaurant that I worked at, clock me out, and then force me to keep working so they didn't have to give me health insurance. So I come into this with the understanding that there are a lot of struggles and that there are a lot of hurdles that we can overcome. So like I said, thank you so much for having me, and I am absolutely welcome to answer any of your questions, and we can have some engagement. So please, if you have anything.
You have a question here?
Please do, don't be shy.
So I could ask one question as far as what would you like to see happen along the lines of economic development in our county, and how do you think you can help that along?
Hi, I apologize. You are Mr. Jones, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Economic development, I think we need to look at we have a lack of jobs. We have a lack of opportunity. And I don't believe that it's impossible. I think that we need forward thinking, and we need to think outside of the box and come up with some creative solutions to bring more jobs to the area. There are a lot of projects that I've thought about just from a simple standpoint, like investing in public works to create more jobs. But there are a lot of things from a marketing standpoint that need to be done. And I would love to see some of our local leaders proactively looking for marketing opportunities, marketing Chautauqua County's individual assets. Bring your business here, open your business here. What's the incentive for businesses to open here and create jobs? And I would love to see a more proactive approach. And unfortunately, I don't believe there is enough activity. I would absolutely like to do that, because my background is marketing. And then there's also a manufacturing standpoint that I've considered. From a progressive standpoint, I've noticed they want to say, oh, manufacturing is out. We don't have any room for manufacturing again. But I don't personally agree with that. I think that we could very much manufacture, like I know you were talking about the green energy and living green. And I think that we could find an empty building in one of our counties and begin to manufacture wind and solar type energy, anything like the solar panels. So we could take an old school approach of manufacturing and turn it into something that is appropriate for 2020. So like I said, I really truly would like to be forward thinking and proactive and progressive and really pursue this as come to Chautauqua County, here's the reasons why, and then figuring out incentive for them to do so.
I have a question.
Please.
Christina, you mentioned a couple times working class, and it's a word that's bandied around a lot recently, particularly in the upcoming elections. When you say working class, I don't know what you mean. Do you mean everybody that has a job?
Well, I definitely would not exclude anyone from that category. I understand that everyone has difficulties when they are a working American. When I'm referring to working class, I mean those who are in service positions or minimum wage positions, people who should be getting a prevailing wage that sometimes are not. But absolutely, I still consider different positions like teaching and essential employees and things like that as working class, because they are often not treated the way that they should be. They're not given enough funds. They're not given enough of a salary. So it's not meant to be discriminatory. It's meant to recognize that there are a lot of people who are in the restaurant industry or that are in the hospitality field, things like that.
I see. Okay.
Hey, Christina, Chris Anderson, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Hey, a question for you. Obviously we are living in a very hyper-partisan environment, and what do you say to people who may just automatically dismiss you because you have a D next to your name? I mean, what policies are you advocating that may be able to cross over to maybe an independent or even some Republicans? Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. I've actually experienced that a lot as a candidate. They see that I'm a Democrat. They assume that I am as far to the left as I possibly could be. They don't want to give me the time of day. I understand that that comes with the territory. But most importantly, I like to tell people that I am a Chautauqua County Democrat. I'm from here. I've lived here my whole life. I went to school here. So I have been exposed to Western New York, Chautauqua County, the things that are predominant in this area that might not be so predominant in bigger cities, New York City. I'm the first person to tell you, we are not New York City. We need to operate a little bit differently than New York City. And I absolutely have a blend of ideologies that aren't just Democratic. Some of them are Republican. I am a fiscal conservative because of my business and what I do. I don't want you to pay higher taxes. I don't want to have budgets all over the place. I want fiscal conservativeness and to prioritize spending, things like that. I have some libertarian views. I'm pro-gun, but that's because I'm in Western New York and I grew up with a father who hunts. So my whole perspective on politics has been shaped by the life that I live and being in Chautauqua County. So I think it's very important to have conversations with people, just like you said, well, I think you're a Democrat and I don't think that we can get along. And I disagree. I think we could find common ground on a lot of things. But thank you so much for your question.
This is Diana. I enjoy learning how people help themselves. And you spent 13 years, you say, in the service industry. And I'd be interested in hearing more about who your mentors were and what were the steps you took to move from that situation to your current situation.
Okay. This is a bit of a long story, so I will try to tone it down as much as possible. Thank you for your question. You said your name's Diana. Okay, nice to meet you. I started when I was 17, and I was a dishwasher, and it was really gross. And I slowly moved my way up in restaurant positions. I went from being a dishwasher to a bus person, to a host, to a server, to a bartender. And I worked multiple restaurant jobs to pay my way through community college. After I finished JCC, actually, I should mention this, JCC sent me to Europe, and it was the most beautiful thing I've ever done in my entire life. So I am an advocate for JCC because that's what they gave me. I got to go to Britain and study the European Union and study how it relates to American politics, and it was beautiful. So JCC. So once I got back, I took the new position at Olive Garden because they were just opening. I opened Olive Garden from the ground up. About a year into working there, I had the highest sales on the entire East Coast of America. And I do not mean to brag, but I really put a lot of effort into my sales, into making money. And they said to me, how did you do that? And I explained to them. I came up with my own program of how I interact with customers, how to stimulate customer purchase. And they were impressed. And they said, we want you to create your own sales and marketing program that you can teach to everyone at Olive Garden. So that's what I did. I did it for 5 years, and I was thrilled that they gave me that opportunity because that's unheard of. I was at a restaurant, I was a server, that's what I did, and then all of a sudden I got launched into the sales and marketing world. So that was definitely the opportunity that I speak of when I say not everyone gets that opportunity. The person who I worked with, I would say most predominantly, was Roger Merchant. He was at Olive Garden at the time. We worked very well together. I believe he is now at Chautauqua Institution. So I do give him a lot of credit for my success there. And once I really launched myself into the sales and market training program that I created, that is what led me to being prepared to doing it on my own and being a consultant on my own. So I apologize that it's a very long-winded story, but I think really talking about that is important because, like I said, I was very lucky. I had a lot of opportunity. I had a lot of people that supported me and stood behind me, and I would like to help others find that opportunity and be able to branch out and take care of themselves. So thank you for allowing me to talk about my origin.
I think everyone's looking for people that are willing to work hard to accomplish things. And I commend you for your hard work.
Thank you. And honestly, I want to work hard for this county because I understand what it's like to work so hard and go home at the end of the day and be like, I don't have any money. What do I have to show for all of my hard work? I get that. I really do. So when I say I want to work hard, it's for this area entirely. It really is.
Any other questions for Christina?
Grill me.
Don't see anybody. Yeah.
I'll ask a question. How are you campaigning when everything's sort of shut down?
I wake up every morning and I count my blessings, so I stay positive. That is my first step. And I've done a lot of online campaigning. And hi, by the way, it's very nice to see you. I do a lot of online platforms, and that also does play into my marketing experience. A lot of social media, a lot of advertising on social media that you can pay for, and you can really central whatever it is that you're trying to get out to different audiences, different demographics. So that's great for social media. And I am writing letters just like the old school way and saying, hi, I would like to be your assembly person. So I'm trying my best to create as much as I can into my campaign because I can't go out and knock on doors and I can't shake hands and I can't do the standard campaign. So that's a challenge, but when they nominated me, I was immediately up for this challenge once again. forward thinking, creative ways to find solutions. So it is a challenge, but it's been fun. It really has. I've met some great people.
And tell us about your website. Did you design that?
Yeah, and that, oh, wow, my head hurt after a long day of website development. If you would like to, I would love it if you would go there. It's ChristinaCardinelli.com. I can write it in the chat that's there. And on there, you can read the about me that we kind of got into on this meeting. You can read I have an FAQ page for all of the questions that I've been asked by members of Chautauqua County, which I think is great. And I got to really explain my positions and how I feel about issues. I have a vision category of all the things that I would like to do for Chautauqua County. And really you can, and I have this little thing that I wrote in the front about being of service and being in the service industry. So I would love it if you would visit and check me out. And like I said, website development was not easy, but once again, you got to do what you got to do in the campaign world. And I did it myself.
It looks good.
It was hard, but I got it.
Wonderful. Any other questions?
Guess that's it.
All right, thank you, Christina. That was wonderful. It's great to hear from you. It's nice to see a young person taking an interest in our county like you are. A donation will be made in your name to the Rotary Foundation to the Polio Plus program to assist with ending the disease across the world. We're, as they say, this close to doing that. Rotary's been working on that for decades. So thank you.
And I will add my
next week. Our presenter. Oh, what was that?
No, I was just letting everyone know I will add my info. And thank you so much for having me. And I'm done. Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you. Next week, our presenter is New York Assemblyman Andrew Goodell. So we'll hear the other side of it too. Thank you, Sharon, for introducing Ms. Cardinelli. And we appreciate everybody's time coming today to the meeting. Again, you'll receive that email about returning to the DoubleTree in your inbox in about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. Thank you, everyone, and have a great week. We're adjourned.
Bye.